So when you started training, like I would imagine the classes were super heavy on the gi, and then what a lot of guys do, right? Like as they start fighting, they take the gi off and they never put it back on. Did you keep the gi on, off, and where do you stand on preferring to train gi or no gi if you've got 1 hour a week?
Oh, well, now, like today, I'm meeting my guys later and I'm going to be doing no gi, but I prefer gi. I prefer gi. One, it slows everything down. The friction, it doesn't hurt as far as with the finishing with the arm locks and whatever else. I like to strangle people. To me, it's a jacket. I'm not, listen, I don't hate on guys for whatever is your thing is your thing. If you like there's guys that take the gi and they start undressing you and they feed it through for the worm guard and this guard and that. If that's your thing, have fun with it. It ain't my fucking thing. I'm going to get, I hand this to that and that. No, I'm a simple. My game with the gi and without the gi is very similar. With the gi though, it really does take away the leg locks a lot. I mean, there's still stuff there, but if you don't want to get these, it's just, you could put shit down and just put a stop to it. There's a reason why the guys that are like the best without the gi can't do the same thing with the gi.
Right.
And it's not because, it's just like it could put a stop to a lot of those attacks. And that's just a fact.
Yeah.
But
do you feel
that
like,
doesn't,
do you feel like as you gotten older, because I took a gi off for a long time, man. And the last time I put a gi on was when I got my black belt from Henzo, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta put a gi back on. But so much of like the same thing, like what I use like is just I always preach like overhooks, underhooks, and like things that are applicable across the board. Because the reason I didn't train gi for a long time with MMA was like it started to get overcomplicated with like feeding lapels underneath legs and inverting here, and I'm like, that's not really applicable for like street MMA or even a real competition. Like, and especially if you live in Florida or you live in one of these hot climates, like you got to ask dudes to put bathrobes on before you fight, and it's just it's awkward for everyone.
No one's wearing a hoodie.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, listen, I want my guys to be dangerous with and without, a jacket on. I want them to be dangerous at the beach. I want them to be dangerous, on the New York City subway in the wintertime. I mean, at the end of the day, the gi is nothing but it's the same thing as a North Face jacket. You should be able to strangle somebody with that. Don't overthink it. People think, oh, that's for the sport. I want to be a fighter. But what about as a training tool? Right. That's what people don't talk about. Like for a resistance tool, if you're an explosive fucking middle school, you've been wrestling since middle school and now you take a jiu-jitsu class, you're going to be hard to keep down. I'll tell you right now, you're a lot easier to keep down when a guy's got your grips and the gi. Now it forces you can't just get up, okay? Because now it forces you to go down, and now you got to start working your butterfly sweeps. Now you got to start working your arm locks, the triangles, the omoplatas. You know what I mean? It's all fun and games till you meet a better wrestler. So the gi forces you to stay down there. Yeah. And you can make the same argument if you're on top. If I'm standing up in your guard, Jason going to pass, you can break my posture without the gi. It's a lot. To get that solid statue-like base, you got picture just putting something around the neck where you can grab and just try to mess with my base. That's how you start getting that posture where you're used to that resistance. Right. So you have to stand up with proper posture with your pelvis forward, and I don't know. So it's great as a resistance tool. You just learn to break the grips.
Yeah,
you don't get carried away with the whole fucking uniform.
I think if you start in a gi too, like it makes your base better, your defenses go through the roof because there's so many different ways you can get choked, and like you're always more conscious of being in danger and kind of having that like danger meter going on. And then when you take the gi off, if you like it, it's faster and it's more attack friendly. But I think as you get older, it's harder.
Yeah. I believe that so much that at my school here in Long Island, in Huntington, New York, you're not allowed to take the gi. Up until you get your fourth stripe on your white belt, you're not allowed to go to the no gi classes.
Yeah, no, that's great.
That way, by the time they do, they got a solid foundation. They're strong. Right. You know what I mean? They don't want to put the gi on after that. That's on them. You know what I mean? I prefer it. I want them to, and they usually do. They usually get it by then. They understand. When I was younger, like I just preferred no gi. I'm short. I'm compact. I get a little bit of space. They're hard to get my limbs. I was very flexible, yet I'm strong up top, so it's hard to pass. You know what I mean? So it was like, it can't control me for shit.